Another huge week in tool news with the new tool announcements from Milwaukee, Festool, Makita, Harbor Freight, and more.
We've also got planers, hedge trimmers, nailers, routers, jet fans, trick knives, and Bob actually uses the Milwaukee roll-on.
Plus, the most often requested platinum tool deal from Ohio Power Tool. This is the Tool Show. Welcome back, tool fans. Festool just cut the cord on their edge routers. We're getting 3 new 18-volt models built for furniture and cabinet edges. The OFKC 500, the modular MFKC 700, and the special edge banding version called the MFKC 700KA. All 3 are designed for clean, precise edge work without dragging a cord across your finished work. All models spend 10,000 to 25,000 RPM and connect to Festool's app for updates. They have 27mm dust ports, weigh in at 2.9 pounds on the compact OFKC 500 and just 4 pounds on the 2 MFKC versions. The OFKC 500 is the grab-and-go trim specialist. You get fine depth adjustments in 0.1mm steps, a transparent extraction bonnet, and a ball-bearing brake to avoid burn marks. And you can use Festool's Bluetooth batteries to auto-start your vac. The MFKC 700 is the modular one. Swap tables without tools, run it horizontal or vertical, add the long support table with the front handle, and keep chips moving with the integrated extraction channel in the base. Same 0.1mm micro adjust and ECTEC brushless motor. The MFKC 700KA is tuned for edge banding. Raised table supports handle proud edges, the chip catcher doubles as a guide even up to 45 degrees, and the ball-bearing brake protects delicate surfaces. Availability is slated for September 2025 in Europe. Pricing and availability here in the States has not been announced yet. Hey, Sedge, can you help us with those answers?
Are you yelling into the camera hoping Sedge washes instead of just emailing him?
Yeah, because it's more fun. Or it's less effective, but it's definitely more fun.
Festool is celebrating 100 years with a limited edition Rotex RO150 packed in a blue 100-year sustainer. Inside the fancy box, you won't just find a great random orbit sander, but a free 100 years cap. Because if you're sanding all day, you might as well look good. Quick refresher on the RO150, it's the original dual-mode workhorse with 3-in-1 capability, coarse sanding, fine sanding, and polishing. Swap pads fast with a fast fix and keep air clean with the multi-Jetstream 2 extraction system. It's the same RO150 people trust, just dressed up for a birthday party. If you live in the Festool ecosystem and in Europe, the anniversary promo runs July 14th through November 30th while supplies last. And there's a €100 cashback attached to the limited edition. Nice little rebate for that sander that already punches above its weight. No word yet on if this will get to the United States. Why do we report on Festool stuff in Europe and not here?
Because all the new Festool stuff comes out in Europe first, and I can't get Festool US to respond to my email. Sedge, please, buddy.
Email him. Email.
Fine. Makita is still insisting that they want to go camping with you. Their most recent bribe is the 18-volt LXT Bluetooth radio and LED lantern, model XRM13. It streams audio over Bluetooth or tunes FM, and it runs on any 18-volt LXT battery. Lighting options are flexible. It has a 360-degree lantern, a 3-side lantern, flashlight, and a strobe, presumably for those late-night camping tent raves. You also get 3 color temperatures, daylight white, neutral white, and warm white, plus 2 brightness levels at 130 or 310 lumens. Now, runtime claims up to 16 hours of continuous light in the 360-degree lantern mode on just a 5 amp hour pack, or up to 44 hours of radio time on that same battery. It has a push-button digital tuner with 9 presets, built-in USB charging port, water and dust resistant build, foldable metal hang hook with rubber grip, and a clever lantern guard that doubles as an FM antenna. It's only 11 3/8 inches long and about 3.5 pounds with a battery. You can pick up one now as a bare tool for about $159.
Ryobi just added a clog buster to their USB lithium line. It's the USB lithium 3-foot drain auger kit. Built for sinks, showers, and bathtubs, it uses a reinforced 3-foot cable and a multi-directional spin to grab the gunk. It has a quick connect collar for easy cable attachment, a rubber handle that keeps things mess-free, and an IPX7 rating so the tool can be submerged up to 3 feet for 30 minutes. But honestly, if you need to submerge this thing for 30 minutes, maybe call a plumber. The kit includes Ryobi's USB lithium 2 amp hour battery, which has a USB-C port for charging your phone. You can pick one up at Home Depot in August for around $60.
So you think that if I have to submerge the tool for 30 minutes, I'm calling a plumber because, trust me, I'm just getting started. Harbor Freight announced a bit of a curveball for us, but we're well aware that a lot of you still run air. This is the Earthquake XT 3/4 inch composite air impact wrench. It has twin hammers that are rated for 1,800 foot-pounds of breakaway torque and 1,300 foot-pounds of fastening. It tops out at 6,000 RPM, and a one-hand push-button forward-reverse with a 3-speed rear dial makes it easy to adjust on the fly. It has a composite housing that they say is 25% lighter than all metal, a rubber overmold, and through-handle exhaust. It weighs about 8 pounds. This is a 3/4 inch drive gun for heavy fasteners. Think stubborn suspension bolts, equipment, and big truck lugs with proper 3/4 inch impact sockets. If that's the job you've got, you can pick one up now at your local Harbor Freight for only $249.
Milwaukee is shrinking impact wrenches again with their two new M12 fuel subcompacts, a 1/4 inch and a 3/8 inch, both with friction rings, aimed squarely at tight underhood work. They're built at the most compact on the market, about 2.2 inches shorter than the usual suspects and the lightest in their class. The 1/4 inch runs up to 100 foot-pounds of breakaway torque, measures at 4.4 inches long, and weighs about 1.5 pounds. The 3/8 steps up to 225 foot-pounds, just 4.5 inches and 1.6 pounds. With 4 modes, including auto shutoff for hand-tight tasks and a bolt removal mode that slows the spin so fasteners don't end up racing across the shop. The new impacts land in August with both the 1/4 inch and 3/8 models at $199 bare, a 3/8 inch kit with 2 M12 high-output CP 2.0 batteries, and a charger for $329.
Milwaukee is padding the Shockwave lineup with quick clear 6-inch 2-in-1 magnetic nut drivers built to flick metal shavings off the magnet so you don't chew up fastener heads. There are 2 combos to cover the usual hex sizes, 1/4 inch and 5/16, and a set with 5/16 and 3/8. They're impact ready with an optimized shock zone shank, a magnet that resists loosening over time, color-coded rings for quick ID, and Milwaukee's custom alloy 76 steel for longer life. Expect a 6-inch reach on both versions so you can clear obstructions without stacking extensions. They're scheduled to arrive this month, and we're already seeing pre-sales listing at ohiopowertool.com for $14.97 each.
When you see a huge Ego battery like this one, I know what you're thinking.
That'll mow my lawn without any exhaust fumes or hardly any noise. That'll trim the perimeter where I let stuff grow for weeks on end. That'll give me the perfect edge, as long as I can keep it straight. That'll blow off all the grass and the leaves, if we had any yet. That'll remind my neighbors that I own a chainsaw. Super useful, but this battery also does a ton of other stuff you may want to get done after the yard work's finished. Like cool you off with this huge misting fan. Or you can stop listening to music like this and listen like this. Maybe you want to charge all your devices, power a TV, or even your refrigerator during a blackout. Maybe you just got places to go. So no matter what you need to get done, how you want to relax, or where you need to go, Ego has you covered. And I'm just barely scratching the surface here. They have pressure washers, wet dry vacs, a backpack sprayer, 9 push mowers, a bunch of riding mowers, snow blowers, and even an auger. Over 90 tools in all, and every one is powered by the Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery. That is power beyond belief. You can check out the full line of Ego yourself at your local Lowe's, Ace Hardware, or online at Ohio Power Tool, Acme, or Amazon.
Moving on to our favorite tool videos of the week, starting with the boys of Machinery Nation, who have the new Milwaukee M18 Fuel rebar cutter. To see if the specialty tool is worth its price, they tested against Milwaukee's own 14-inch bolt cutters and an M18 Fuel grinder.
Taylor on Tinker with Tools is testing the new DeWALT DCD 803 multi-head drill driver, which includes the usual 1/2-inch metal chuck, a right angle, offset, and a standard 1/4 inch hex quick release. But this one's extremely compact, and Taylor thinks you'll like what he found.
Spencer, the American electrician, has relied on his Klein 11-in-1 driver for years now, but this week he sets out to see if there's a better tool for the job, and he finds no less than 8 new tools that aim to replace his favorite. The group includes 4 options from Klein, 3 from Wera, 1 from Milwaukee, and 2 from the greatest tool company known to man with the greatest name of all time.
Weehaw! All right, completely unrelated to what we just did, Sarah and I were recently asked on camera to name as many tool companies on the spot, and we misheard the instructions.
Stabila?
Klein. Did I say Klein?
Say Klein? Knipex?
Knipex. We were a little bit confused, and we thought they said you have 30 seconds to name as many tool companies as possible besides the best, Weehaw.
That's right. So we didn't mention Weehaw, but as it turns out, we should have said Weehaw, because they're awesome. We are so sorry, guys. Mark Thomas has some new toys from Milwaukee, specifically their two new M18 fuel hedge trimmers. One is a short shaft, while the other is a 30-inch rotating handle, and he set out to see if you should buy one or both and a few spares. I mean, it's Milwaukee stuff. Just buy a bunch. Chase your joy.
Over on Summary Builds, we get a detailed look at a thickness planer from a company called Find by Tool, who is known for their custom helical cutter heads. This 13-inch planer turns out to be a great performer at a price that will surprise you.
Mr. Tools has some more nailers for us. This time, a trio of Hikoki, which is actually Metabo HPT spelled backwards. He's got an 18, 16, and 15 gauge version and puts them to work testing for speed, consistency, and with a piece of hardwood, power as well. Although that hardwood might have been a bit too much.
Oh, not even close.
Matt at 731 Woodworks is testing a powerful 2-horsepower Metabo HPT plunge router, and he is so excited about its ergonomics and features that he thinks it may just convince a few people to switch platforms.
Over in the tool review zone, Clint got a new utility knife from the hand tool perfectionist over at Klein Tools. And this one has a very special trick up its sleeve.
Todd is back on Project Farm testing tools again, this time determined to find the most powerful jet fan blower he's ever tested, and trust me, he finds it, and it blows.
I appreciate you taking that one.
You're welcome.
One of my favorite tradesman YouTube channels is Bob's Decline Lineman Blogger. Bob, as you can probably guess from the title, is a lineman, and I'm terrified and fascinated by the work that he does. This week, he's the first tradesperson that I've run into that got to play with the new enormous Milwaukee 7200 watt 2.5 kilowatt hour roll-on power supply. When we first saw that at Pipeline, it wasn't immediately obvious to me how this tool would work or who would use it. And as it turns out, linemen just might love it.
And finally, Tim Johnson appears to be the very first to get his hands on the all-new Flex 24-volt cordless heat gun and finds 5 clever ways to use it, including a tip for melting crayons to lubricate zippers. Is that real?
As always, Tim's full of shit.
Robert!
I'm just kidding. If Tim says it works and it's on the internet, it has to be true, or whatever.
Let's move on to our Platinum Tool Deal. Every week, the pros over at Ohio Power Tools send us a unique coupon code that unlocks the greatest deal in the power tool world with one catch.
Yep, the code will only work for the first 25 people who use it, and this week, it's a big one. It'll get you $50 off a $100 or more purchase of any in-stock tools or accessories from Milwaukee Tools. So, let's be honest. Those 25 codes are going to go very, very fast.
If you want to improve your chances, you can become a channel member for as little as $2 a month and get the details of the deal early so you can have your cart ready to go when we announce the code.
You support us with $2 and you save $50. That's a win-win, with 3 of those wins being yours. And the code you need to get this deal is TS52420. Good luck.
I want to thank Ego and Ohio Power Tool for supporting our show and our community of tool fans.
If you can, lend a tool or a hand to a neighbor this weekend, and Sarah and I will see you next week.
Oh, and Kenny, thank you. I absolutely love this. It's my favorite sweatshirt now.
She hasn't taken it off in a week.